everybody? Avian back here again with another episode of Skyfactory. So last time we left off, we needed to make iron. So we needed to get something called grout, which, if we remember here, grout is this little block that takes one piece of clay, 4 pieces of gravel, and 4 pieces of sand in order to make 16 of them. We needed to take the grout and we needed to smelt it into something called seared bricks. So what you'll do is you'll just take the grout, throw it in a furnace like so. I saved a couple just for this. And then once the grout is done cooking, it'll turn into these seared bricks. The reason why we needed these is, if you guys remember, in our little advancement book here, we needed to obtain iron amber. Iron amber is the next thing on our list, but in order to get that, we need to first build ourselves a tinker smeltery, which we need plenty of these seared bricks for. Now, you can do a much smaller version of the tinker smeltery if you don't want to invest in it, but I highly recommend building the big version because you can customize the size of it, and it's really helpful for holding a variety of items and making custom tools and weapons later on in the game. But you can make the smaller version right here with just the melter, and it's just 6 seared bricks and a piece of glass. You'll also need something like the heater, which is what will fuel it. That you just need a furnace and another 6 seared bricks. But if you want the bigger version, you need to make it out of things such as these seared bricks, or I believe it's a seared window that you can make it out of. Or maybe it's just seared glass. But either way, you can make it out of that, and we're also going to need quite a couple of components. So now that I've collected that, I'm going to go ahead and real quick just pick all these up, because we are going to need more bonsai pots. I've also expanded the island a ton in preparation for this video, just so that way we have space for all the things that we're going to be doing in the future. So I'm going to start off by taking all of our bonsai pots and placing them out here. Fill them with dirt real quick. And, oh, well, that's not supposed to happen. There we go. I've also made us a couple more cobblestone casting bins, or cauldrons, so that way we can make the lava we need to later. Because if you don't remember, you can actually make lava by taking some cobblestone. I don't know where I pulled that from. Take this, and we bring it over here, and you're just going to throw cobblestone into the cauldron. This is going to be important for later because we need lava in order to fuel the smeltery. So, first off, I'm going to go ahead and get some clay saplings, which I moved over here as I expanded our storage. I'm going to get some clay saplings, and I'm going to put them over here in these bonsai pots, so that way we can make a couple of stops and increase our bonsai pot farm. There we go. Alright, they're all growing nicely. Because, yeah, we're going to need to increase our bonsai plot. We may have to end up making more items. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with a couple pieces of seared glass. And probably use some of these as building blocks. Let's go ahead and put these leaves over here. So, first thing we need to do is we need to decide where we're going to put our smeltery. I think I'm going to put it right over here in the corner. So, best thing to do is to decide where you want to put it. And then get to work on layering out a base. So I'm going to do a 3x3 section here, and this is essentially going to be what we fill it with. So we're going to need seared glass all around here. We actually are going to need something a little bit different right around this section. So I'm going to go ahead and build this around here. Go and place that there. Place that there. And then it's kind of the start of what we're looking for. Go ahead and do that. So we're going to need a couple of components. First thing we're going to need is a seared tank, which this seared tank is basically what's going to be used for holding the fuel. So like I mentioned earlier, we need lava in order to fuel the smeltery. So if we make some of that real quick, I'm going to just make some sand, because we're going to need some more glass here in a minute. So I can go ahead and throw that in the smeltery here. So we need, what is it? Seared tank. So we just need 8 seared bricks around a piece of glass. That is our seared tank. We're also going to need a, what was it? Let me type in tankers real quick. If you're looking for anything through a specific mod, whenever you're playing in a mod pack, just do an @ and then search the name of the mod, no spaces, even if it has them. And it's a couple pages over here. Alright, so smeltery controller. This is the brain of the smeltery. We just need 8 of these. So I need the controller and I need the tank, which is what's going to allow us to do most of the work here. We're also going to need a couple of other bits. For example, we are going to need a seared faucet. That's going to be important. We're going to have to attach the faucet to a drain in order to pull it out. We're also going to need a casting table for later use when we start making items. We're going to need a casting bin. And we are going to need... I do believe that's it, actually. This should be all the major components that we will need for now. I'm going to go ahead and take the remaining of these and create some seared bricks. So we're actually going to need more grout. So if I place seared bricks here, I'm going to need, of course, a little bit more of that. I do have some seared glass, which I may use in the meantime. But we want to go ahead and take out the controller and take out the seared tank. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put the... Let's do the seared tank here on the left. And then let's do the controller in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and remove this log. Then what we'll do is I need to break this. We will put the seared drain right here. I'll take a faucet and place it here. Actually, if I get some more grout, I'll make another faucet and attach to that side. Because we're going to start with the casting bin here, and we'll do the casting table here as well. So these are all your major components, as I mentioned before. You can stack these blocks up as high as you want, either using seared glass or seared bricks. You build this smeltery essentially taller, and the taller you build it, the more liquid it's going to be able to hold. So I'm going to go ahead and collect some of these clay saplings real quick. I'm going to try and get us a little bit more grout, because we are going to need some more seared bricks and some seared glass to probably extend this some. And then I'll see you guys back in just a moment. Alright everybody, we're back. So I took some time to go ahead and get everything we needed. I made some more grout, had it cook up into some seared bricks. I went ahead and made the 3 left that we still need. So we can go over here and we can actually go 1, 2, 3. And this means that our smeltery should be fully operational. See? You can even see that right there. That means it's working. What we need to do is, I had to plant some coal saplings because there was something that we needed. And there's some more stuff that we need in order to get the iron resin and all the other fun stuff. But for right now, what we need to do is we need to get the lava out of there. And we need to take the lava. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of these. And then do that. Make a couple of buckets. And then we'll smelt those buckets into clay buckets real quick. So I'm also going to take these and just go ahead and get us a little bit more seared glass and try and raise the size of our furnace just a little bit. Alright, there we go. Okay, I think we raised it a little bit here. So I need to make just a little bit more grout, but I shouldn't need to get off for that. I believe that's something I can do here. So the first thing I need to do is I need to make a piece of iron amber. So you can do that by taking coal resin, gravel resin, clay resin, and sand resin, which is why I've got all these right here. And what we need to do is we just need to make a single piece of iron amber. Don't need to do any more than that, at least for right now. Let me see if I have hopefully enough materials, right? 3 sand blocks there. Let me go ahead and throw those back in there. Grab that. I need a piece of clay I've actually already got here. So I can put the clay resin up, put the coal resin up, put the glass in here for now. I need some gravel acorns. Take those. Do we have any more spare gravel by chance? I don't see any, which may be a slight issue. Not really. So let me just... Yeah, so we literally need like 2 more gravel resin. So go ahead and harvest our gravel trees right here. And that gave us exactly what we need. And then 4 pieces of gravel. And now we can do the gravel in the corners, the sand like this, and a clay in the middle. Which, for those of you that may not have seen, just for reference, that's how you make grout. Go ahead and take those buckets, throw the grout in here, smelt up just a little bit. I'll go ahead and throw this stuff in here for now. And I need to take the clay buckets, fill those with the lava. You need to come over here and you're going to throw them in the tank. There we go. It takes 4 buckets of lava to fill it up. What we can do is we can build something, I believe called a barrel, that we can place kind of like right down here under the tank that'll hold buckets of liquids such as water or lava. And it can hold up to somewhere around 15 buckets, so we can make it and stack it and save it kind of thing. But what you're going to do when you're done and you're ready to go ahead and start your stuff, you're going to take the iron amber and you're just going to throw it in there. You'll see a little bar that tells you that it's smelting. You can see the level of lava, and you can also see the capacity of how much liquid your how much liquid your smeltery can hold. So as you build it taller, that number will increase. Right now mine's 144 ingots. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab this grout or this sear bricks real quick. I'm going to real quick just make us another little faucet. I also made a neat little item for future reference. It is a handheld crafting table. You can carry it around with you and click on it, so if I don't feel like running all the way back to the crafting table, I have it on hand. All it is a crafting table made just like that, and then you'll just take that crafting table and you'll put it right there with a stick. And then you'll have yourself a handheld one. So if I go back over here, you'll see with the seared glass, unlike the seared bricks, we can actually see through it, and you can see the little bit of molten iron there. So we'll come over here and we'll place that there. Now you see we've got 2 ingots worth of molten iron. So what we need to do is we need to turn that into an iron sapling. The way we do that, you can also make more iron resin with iron acorns and iron resin that you get from the saplings. So to make a sapling, we need molten iron, 1 ingot's worth, which we have here. We need an acacia sapling, and we need to pour that onto the acacia sapling in a casting table we have over here to our left. So in order to get the acacia sapling, see there's a couple of methods. Up here in the cauldron, we need an apple sapling and to throw it into water. So if I go just right over here, it should be in this chest. I have some apple saplings. I'm just going to take one and we'll right click and turn it into an acacia one. With that acacia sapling, we're going to come right over here and we're going to throw it into the casting bin. It is going to stand up straight. It is going to look a little weird. Then you come to your little seared faucet and you're just going to right click it. If you have multiple liquids, such as, for instance, molten iron, maybe the next one I have is molten gold. You'll see this line right here is molten iron. You can click whichever line you want to use. You can left click it and it'll switch it to the bottom. Whatever's on the bottom is what's coming out. After it's finished pouring, you'll see we have ourselves our very own iron sapling. Now all we need to do is we need to pick up some of these. I need to go ahead and make me another stone axe real quick. I actually don't have enough cobblestone. I need to go get some more. Take that, and then take some cobblestone here, some sticks. There's a stone axe. Pretty soon we'll be able to use iron tools. We won't need to use stone and remake it every time. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to throw an iron one down there. I'll probably also throw an apple sapling down there, just because I kind of need some food. So I'll do 3 little apple saplings. 1, 2, and then I'll probably move this iron one down there once it's done. Grab this. We've also got some coal saplings here as well. I'll probably remove a row or 2 of these. Not too much, but a little bit. There's those picked up. And the iron one's done. I'll go ahead and throw the apple one down here. Oh, nope. Pick it back up real quick. Throw the apple sapling down, and then we'll take the iron sapling and we'll throw that down here. Actually, let me go plant it over here real quick. Because if I go ahead and plant it over here, we'll be able to grab a couple more saplings. So let me go ahead and just sprint around this for a second, and then poof, iron leaves. Sprint around for a second more. There we go. Get this one grown. There we are. Now we have 25 iron saplings. We'll go ahead, place that there. And I believe all of them are growing great. Awesome. And now that we have these, I'll go ahead and toss out this coal piece. Every time you harvest these, you'll get apples guaranteed. So I got 2 apples from each of them. Now I have a good food source. So let me go ahead and munch on that some real quick. Alright, we'll go ahead and start throwing some of our saplings back in here. Throw some of the wood up top. Leave some of that right there real quick, just to give us a couple more planks to settle on. There's acorns and resin we need to sort through. I'll put these extra bits all up top. Bricks, that. Make sure we just have all of our acorns and resin in one place. Believe that's it. And we can put the leaves all there, and all the extra stuff up top. Should be good to go. Alright, awesome. So now that we have this, I will be able to collect us a good chunk of iron resin and such, everything that we'll need, in order to make us some more iron amber. So if you take your iron just like that, we can do that. And I can take the iron amber just over here, and I can throw it back in my smeltery, and what you can do is you can just shift and left click, throw it all in there, smelt it all at the same time. You'll actually be able to watch whenever that's done the 1 ingot go up to, I believe it's 2 ingots per iron amber, so we should get about 14. You can also look at more information regarding all the stuff with it. Once those are done, we'll be able to pour that into a casting bin, and you'll see some very exciting stuff. You can even watch it all smelt. Just whatever you do, don't fall in it, because if you fall in it, it'll give you something called blood, which I don't know why. It's kind of weird, but yeah, don't fall in that. It'll also burn you. It's not as strong as lava, but it will burn you, and it is not comfortable. And our iron amber should be done. There we go, 1 block 6 ingots. And since it says 1 block, we can take the casting bin here, right click that, and we'll see that it'll fill up with the recipe of a block of iron. Once it is done, it'll stop with the faucet, and it'll see progress. Now this, you'll be able to watch it as it gradually cools down and turns into the texture of an iron block. You can take this and you can throw it back into the smeltery, and you can recycle it if you want some molten iron back. Maybe you're trying to make tools or something, but this is a great way to get your block of stuff. Now the first thing we probably want to do with this is get ourselves a system set up to make more. So if I actually take this here, make us a chest, very standard, most of you probably know this already. You can make a hopper. What you can actually do with this hopper, if I remember, I have to look it up real quick, is you can make something called a hopping bonsai, which if I take one of these, which is very nice, you can actually mix that bonsai pot with a hopper and make a hopping bonsai. Next, if we make ourselves another chest right here, I'm going to go ahead and do a double chest, just because I know I'm going to need a lot of space for this. We can take this double chest here, and I should go ahead and go grab us another one real quick. We'll need some more iron, but in the meantime, we simply take the double chest, the hopping bonsai, we'll go ahead and grab the dirt as well. Go ahead and place it here for now. Boom, boom, and then we take our iron sapling, and there we go. And since it's a hopping bonsai, as soon as it's done, it'll immediately take whatever resources that are supposed to drop from it, and it'll funnel it straight into the chest. This essentially will automate our bonsai system, so that way we have a consistent thing where we don't have to harvest it by hand every time. You also won't need 20 bonsai pots for one type of sapling in order to actually get the stuff that you need. It'll just finish, and once it's done, it'll pop up the stuff. Now the hopping bonsai does not produce as many items as if you harvest it by hand or if you grow the sapling itself, but it will still automate it. I would recommend putting 2 of these on top of a double chest, so that way you get a good amount of resources. You will need to watch because where it drops oak wood and sticks, it will fill up rather quickly with some of those, and it typically produces more acorns than resin. Thankfully, it's pretty even right now, but that stuff will build up rather quickly. But I think we're going to go ahead and call it here for today, guys. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to let that iron resin farm up for a bit. And then after it's done doing its thing, I'm going to try and get us some more iron, make us some more hopping bonsais, set us up a nice little system to where we have all of our favorite little saplings going, so that way I have a better food source, and we get some more materials. And in the next episode, we'll be able to make a lot more things, because now that we have iron amber and iron saplings and iron obtained, we can now make metal buckets that won't die after one use with lava. We'll be able to go into redstone, lapis, and maybe even lead saplings. Pretty soon we'll get to diamond. So, hope you guys are as excited for that as I am. And you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.